Hey everybody, welcome to Yin for the upper body. So we are going to start. So today you need your strap, any type of a strap, right? Dog leash, robe, yoga strap, does not matter. But come and sit, find a nice, easy seated pose. I like to sit on my blocks, find it a little better on my hips. And then just rock side to side. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. And let's just settle for a second. Roll your shoulders a couple of times. Maybe one, maybe the other, whatever feels good for you today. And then let's bring our hands and our palms together, our fingers together, and our hands onto our heart center. And let's bow our heads towards our thumbs, towards our heart. And just find a moment of stillness here. We're going to be moving into a nice, gentle yin practice. So it's not about getting really deep into the posture. It's about who you are when you get there. And I'm not saying that very well, but it's listening to your body, respecting your body. Now in yin, we want to stress the muscles. It's not really a stretch, it's a stress. But we want to find that little Goldilocks. Let's come to that point of stillness within. Close your eyes. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. And exhale. So settling in, finding our connection to our breath, knowing that for the next little bit, we're giving back to our body, giving back to our mind, giving back to our soul. Don't have to be anywhere. We don't have to be anything. As we practice, let's let our body be our teacher. Let's really listen to our body tonight. So with each inhale and exhale, we're releasing tension. We're releasing stress. Melting everything away. And on your next breath, I want you to bring your wrists underneath your armpits. So kind of like by the side here. Opening up your chest, stacking your vertebrae. Soften your face, soften your eyes, soften your cheeks, and soften your jaw. So fingers are pointing forward right now. Now let's take the back of our hand and bring them onto the inside. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now press into your wrists. So a little wrist opener. I call this my Forrest Gump stance. So when I'm walking around the house, I think I'm up Forrest. Soften through your shoulders. Now, can you make your breaths a little bit deeper so you're actually feeling the connection? Your hands rise and expand through the side of your ribs. And they sink back in. Connect to your arms. Connect to your hands. One more breath. All right, let's release that. Just give them a little, not a big shake, just a little wiggle. For us, centuries of testing now, you might really feel that in the wrists, but we're going to open up the wrists a little bit more even tonight. All right, let's go for a nice little neck release. So we're going to start by taking the shoulders nice and soft. So we don't want to climb them up. We want to keep them nice and soft. And you're going to take your left ear to your right shoulder. Now bring your left hand on top of your knee and bring your right hand out to the side. Now if that's a bit too intense, by pushing away, just back it in. Soften. Try to keep your vertebrae nice and stacked so your spine is still nice and long. Now if you're feeling good there, you can stay right there. Maybe take that left hand, bring it on top so you're not going to drag it down. We're just going to use the weight of our hand. So just let it rest there. Soften. Soften your belly. Soften your hips. Warmth of your hand on your head. Now just to change it up just a little bit, maybe take your chin just up to the sky a tiny bit. Be respectful of your neck. How does that feel? One more breath. All right, bring your knees up just to here. So your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are here. Wrap your hands around your shins. Drop your forehead onto your head. Sink in there. Now press into your upper back, round your shoulders. Get a nice stretch for that upper back. Not going to be here long. Nice. Bring your legs nice and long and give them a little flap up and down, and then maybe a little windshield wiper side to side. We're going to go back to the seated, but maybe you want to cross your legs the other way. Reset yourself back up on your blocks so you're right nice and tall on your sit bones. And we're once again going to stretch that neck. So shoulders are back and down. Let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. And then right hand on top of the knee, left hand comes out to the side. We soften. Jaw soft. Perhaps even have a little bit, I don't want to say a smile, but a little bit of a softer into our lips. Swallow. All right, let's bring that hand on top of the ear. And you're not using it as a weapon to torque your neck. Just a little bit of weight to guide, maybe create a little bit more space in the neck. So make sure that shoulder's not coming up, staying nice and long. And feel free to stay there. Take the chin a little bit up towards, just a touch, up towards the ceiling, looking over towards the left. Couple more breaths here. Respectfully come out of that. We'll bring both legs nice and long. Drop your head into your chin and soften. We'll come back up to roll those shoulders for a moment. And then reach for your strap. So we're going to use our yoga strap. Now, we're going to go what they call archer arms. Depending on the length of your arms and the flexibility, this shoulder for me is super, super tight. So I can get a little bit different on each side. So with the strap, we'll get you set up. You can bring your legs whichever way you like, but I want you to be able to be in a position where you can sit up and expand the chest. So draw your strap. I'm going to show you behind before we get into it. Over your body. You're going to bring one arm up and one arm up this way and pull. Thanks. So we want to bring the arm inside, as close up, and then you're going to start to walk it up your strap. There's a little archer strap. If you want and to sit on your block into a little squat, you can do that as well. And I open up the hips a bit. All right, so find that spot and then you're going to pull on your strap. And because we're doing yin, remember, we want to find that spot where we can create openness here, but not tautness. We want to find that little bit of stress where we can start to ease into it. And then our fascia and our connective tissue will open as we hold it. Okay, so find that spot. Maybe close your eyes. Stay in tune with your breath. Let everything soften and feel. And breathe. So on your inhale, I am. And on your exhale, at peace. I am at peace. Now, can you expand your chest a little bit more? Can you walk your hands up your strap? Just a can, not a will, a have to. Listening in. Breathe a few more breaths. One more big breath in. Exhale, bring that strap to the front. If your legs are squatted like mine, we're going to come back to a cross-seated, and let's just go for a tiny little twist. So let's take the right arm across to the left and reach around. and then back to center, and then bring that right arm across, give a little hug. And let's take that strap over, up and over to do the other side. So up and around, so other arms coming up. So you're gonna bring one arm up, one arm back. Again, bring it from the back, bring it up and in. So I'm gonna walk my hand up the strap and open up my chest. Now, if you want, you can sit right onto your knees this time, or you can also bring the block under and sit on it and lean back. But not leaning back, but you're sitting onto it, but I still want your spine nice and long. All right, let's take arm up to the ceiling, elbow up to the ceiling, up and open up that chest. Expand your chest, stack your vertebrae, and breathe. I have a little saying here for us, but my pages have turned. It's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not there. Keep going. So again, finding that little sweet spot that there's tension, there's stress, but you're not really pulling for the entire time that we're holding it. Find it and then soften into it. And then just listen to your body. Is it opening? Is it softening? Can you get into your connective tissues? I don't know if any of you sat this way. I find this really, really comfortable. All right, can you walk your hands up a little bit more? Let's take 3 more breaths. Nice, fill up your lungs. Exhale. Feel your chest expand. All right, we'll come out of that. I have to change my block because we're going to sit cross-legged for a time, or you can sit like a half frog, and we want to do that twist. And then come forward. Release your fingers and just make some very nice small figure eights with your wrist. So do a few one way, do a few the other way, and then come on up, and we're going to get into a tabletop position. I've made quite the mess here, haven't I? We're going to come into a tabletop position. Don't need that strap. Keep that block handy at the top of your mat. So tabletop position, we want our knees stacked underneath our hips and your wrists right underneath your shoulders. We're going to do some hip flexion and hip extension, wrist flexion and wrist extension. So let's start with the right hand. Now, a couple of options here. I'll show you forward. So wrist right underneath my shoulders, forward, fingers forward. So first step is to bring the right hand with the fingers pointed out. Now, if that feels okay, you can stay there. Otherwise, I'm going to go for the full extension, full expression of the pose, the shape, and bring your fingers towards your thighs. Now, keeping your shoulders up over top of your wrist. You're going to bring your body back and just kind of peel the palm up a bit, but your fingers and your knuckles are staying down. Okay, so find that sweet spot. You're going to feel that stretch through the flexion of your wrist. Be respectful. So if you want to just rock and roll it, for the first couple. So bring your your shoulders back over line, and then bring the glutes back a little bit. Just to feel, and then of course, because we're doing our yin, we want to find that spot where we can hold it. And soften your head and your neck. Maybe you want to shake your head side to side just for a couple of breaths. Let gravity release any tension. And then find some stillness. We're not going to hold this for long. 5 breaths. Can you create more space? May not feel so great right now, but man, our wrists are going to love us for this little bit of time we're giving it. Take 2 more big breaths. And we come forward, and let's just make some nice circles. Don't shake it crazy, just a couple of circles. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So once again, stack your body, your shoulders over your wrists. And you can do the entire thing with the fingers pointing sideways, peeling up, or rotate the fingers back towards your thighs. And then if you rocked, peel the palm up. You rocked on one side, maybe rock on the other, but you don't have to. Listen to your body. Let it guide us. And then find the spot where you can keep the fingers and the knuckles down, but the palm up just slightly. Drop your head. Let it hang, maybe go side to side. Then find some stillness. Keep that palm up. Connect to your breath. Couple more breaths. All right, lift that wrist up and then just little circles or little figure eights. Nice and soft. All right, now we're going to do a wrist extension. So you're going to bring, we're going to go back to the right hand. This time the palm is going to be, fingers are towards, fingers are towards your thighs, but the palm up. So you're going to press the back of your hand down into the ground and then bring back. Press the hips back. Again, if you want to rock and see where you're playing. We're not holding these wrist stretches for that 3 to 5 minutes of classic yin. We're going to do like 5 to 10 breaths. Find a spot where you can hold it. And breathe. All right, let's come out of that and do some little circles, maybe some figure eights, but gentle, soft, gentle. All right, let's take the other hand. So palm, back of the hand down, fingers towards your glutes and towards your quads, and then that rock and roll. Keeping the back of the palm down. Back of the hand, I said palm. And then finding that spot where we can lean back. So we, yoga, it should never be about pain. We don't want pain. Pain is not good. We're here to open up our bodies, not close them up and shut them off. Open them up, give back to the muscles, give back to our tendons, our ligaments, even our joints, everything we ask of it. Couple more breaths. All right, let's bring that up and make those little baby circles. Okay, grabbing your block, you're gonna once again either sit onto your ankles. Now, if you wanna make this a little bit about get a toe stretch while you're at it, you can bring your, come up onto your toes, or you can bring the block behind and sit on it. You can sit on your blocks and still get a toe stretch, even though it's about upper body, entirely up to you. Okay. So we wanna sit our back nice and strong. I'm going to take your arms out into a T. So that is where you can see the toes. Then bring your arms out into a T. And let's just bring one thumb down and the opposite. Just do a little twist. And we're going to take our arms to eagle arms. So let's start by taking the right arm up and over, bringing the left arm under. Bend the elbows, and if you grab either the wrist or nothing, right? I can grab up into my thumbs, and then we want to lift our elbows up in line with your shoulders. In line with your shoulders. Nice straight back, and then bring the elbows kind of a little bit away and around the upper back. So again, find that respectful spot. Up, and maybe it's just up, and maybe that's deep enough for that across the upper back. And then maybe after a few breaths, we can bring the hands forward a little bit and open up a little bit more. Come back to your breath. Come back to your inhales. And your exhales. And bring your elbows further away from your back and your fingers a little bit more. And find that full Goldilocks, right? Not too much, not too little, just right. One more big breath here. Then bring your hands back towards your forehead. Lower the elbows. Open up your wings. And then do one thumb down, one thumb up. Little twist for the rotator cuff. And we're gonna, if you've got your toes bent, you might be screaming, just come forward, give them a little flap, and then make your decision on whether you're going to curl the toes again or whether you're going to leave them flat and sit back onto your block. We're going to take the eagle arms over to the other side. So whatever arm, I have my left arm underneath. So now my left arm is going to be over top. So arms out, so spread your wings, soften through your shoulders. And now my right arm's coming up, left arm under. Give that little twist. Arms up, you'll feel which way. If you're not sure which way, your body's going to tell you. Lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders. And then drop the hands away. Find that connection to your upper back, to your shoulders. Beautiful stretch here. Soften and breathe. One side might be tighter than the other. Might need a little bit more love. more breath. And then slowly bring your hands towards your face, towards your forehead. Lower those arms down. And let's bring our hands behind us. Interlace your fingers and then just drop the arms down. So you're not trying to pull them away, just down, opening up the chest. Close your eyes. All right, let's remove that block. If you have the block and you're going to bring it to the top of your mat, we're going to go right down onto the ground, onto our belly. We're going to go for a little chest opener and shoulder opener. So let's start by taking our right arm nice and long into a T. Now, you can play with it. You can have the palm up or you can rotate it with the palm down, whatever feels good for you. You can keep that block close by. If you want to use it as a pillow, it can become a pillow. All right. So the left hand is going to come down underneath our, by our rib cage, underneath our shoulder. And we're going to use that just to roll over. Now you can roll so just your knees are bent and your head is on your little pillow. But you want to go far enough that you feel that stretch, and it's going to be a chest opener. Okay. Or when you press into your hand, you can take one foot and come back and over. Bring the head down towards the ground so you're on that shoulder. Now I want you to take that upper arm and bring it behind your back or bind it by your waist. So nice opening through the chest, opening through the shoulder, but find that sweet spot. If you have to roll forward, roll forward. Roll back and breathe. My body can certainly feel these stretches, and I know later it's going to thank me for it. Soften in. It's kind of like relax into that shoulder, relax into the twist. Try not to hold any tension into your hips or into your legs. Definitely not be holding any tension into our jaw or our cheeks or our eyes or our forehead. Let's take 2 more breaths here. We're going to come out of the pose very, very gently. So bring that back arm down by the side. Roll your body over. Stack your hands on top of each other. Bring your forehead to rest on top of your hands. A little wisdom pose. All right, we're going to move into what we call bow tie. So bring your body back up. Now you're going to bring your right arm bent. Right arm bent. So both elbows are underneath your shoulders. Right arm's coming up over top. And then you're going to bend. Let me show you this way. Both elbows bent in line underneath my shoulders. I'm going to bring one over, one in front of the hand. Then I'm going to glide this hand across the block. And I'm going to bring both hands as far away from one another as possible. So now my arms are basically on my chest. I'm going to drop my head down onto my block. And I'm gonna breathe. Little bow tie. So again, a big stretch for the shoulders, big stretch for the back. So get heavy, get soft. Let's take 2 more breaths here, but nice full breaths, not forcing them, but nice full inhales. Exhales and softening. Inhale, expanding. Exhale and soften. And if your head's on your block, lifting your head, slowly dragging those arms back in line. And let's bring our hands right under your elbows, right underneath your shoulders. Bring your hands, press into your hands, into a little Sphinx pose, just for a minute, just a counter pose. Now we're going to take that chest opener to the other side. So left arm is going to come nice and long. So again, feel what it feels like. So whether you want the palm up or palm down, maybe this side you want to do it a little bit different of a rotation. Right hand by your ribs, by your shoulders, and you're going to use that to push up and over. And again, that upper arm's coming back. It might land on your hip, it might land on your back, or it might bind right underneath your butt, right underneath your waist. And you're gonna breathe. Find that sweet spot. Soften your legs, soften your hips. Again, the knees can be bent. Don't need to take that leg long and right over. Find that spot where we're opening up the chest and the shoulder. This shape of chest opener, open wing, really counteracts the effects of texting, driving, desk work. Really opens up the shoulders. Soften your jaw. Soften your eyes and your gaze. Maybe your eyes are still closed. And then we'll bring the hands back. Roll back over onto your belly. Up onto your elbows. Cross the opposite arm. And we're going to do that bow tie on the other side. So bend one arm in, other arm comes in front, and then glide it over, slide both arms away. Maybe you realize here we've created some space. Drop your head. You want to use your block. Settle in, breathe, and soften. Few breaths. One more big breath. Slowly bring your hands back in line with your shoulders, with your chest. You're going to press yourself into a wide-legged child's pose. So toes together, knees wide. Walk your hands forward. Drop your forehead, drop your heart, drop your chest down to the ground. Then bend your elbows. Bring your hands together, what they call prayer position, the back of your head, and let your chest sink. And as you're here, let yourself get really, really heavy. Take a minute to express some gratitude to yourself. Thank yourself for investing the time to open your upper body, to stretch your body, to sink into your connective tissues, but more importantly, to find some stillness and some quietness in this life that can sometimes be a bit busy. And on your next inhale, bring your hands back down, scoot yourself up. Sitting, take your arms all the way up towards the sky. Join your fingers, join your palms, and join your thumbs. Bring your hands to your forehead for kind thoughts. Bring your hands to your lips for kind words. And bring your hands to your heart for total kindness. You've been so kind to your body tonight. Namaste, everybody. And there's little Brady. Namaste, Brady.
Namaste, Linda.
Joining me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our yin and our yoga for the upper body.
That's great.
Nice. I'll stop that recording.